Guaranteed action all the way on this new season of Gladiators. New events like the high-flying Vertigo, new aerial combat with the ear-boxing dogfight, a visit from Australia's baddest gladiator, the eye-bulging, hair-swirling Vulcan. Now, welcome your hosts for the evening, Jeremy Guscott and Ulrika Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. Now, last year, our Gladiators really gave our contenders a good battering. So this year, what we decided to do was to send the contenders off on a special training weekend. And let me tell you, they have come out fighting.
It will take a lot of fight to become our champions this year, but for the winners, it will be worth it. They will each receive £1,000 cash, plus they will each drive off with one of these incredible four-wheel drive trucks. For our runners-up, it's not all doom and despair. They will also receive £1,000 cash, plus we will jet them off to the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet our contenders tonight. They are Louise Raines
and Claire Short.
With the bananas?
My husband works for a banana ripening company.
Does he? Are they all going bananas?
They're all banana mad.
They're all banana mad. Tell us what you do and where you come from.
I'm Louise Raines and I have a bridal shop in Preston.
Ooh, Preston, Lancashire. Now listen, I know you used to do some bodybuilding for years, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I won British Bodybuilders Association Miss UK in '87.
Ooh, but you gave all that out to have three little miracles sitting over there. They're rather gorgeous, aren't they? Tell us about them.
Yes, there's Kelly, she's 7, Grace, she's 6, and Michael, who was 5 on Monday.
Ah, I bet they must be so excited to have their mum here on Gladiators, and hopefully you'll do them proud.
Yes, I'll be trying my best.
Let's hear it for Louise Raines.
Claire, tell us what you do and where you come from.
I'm the manageress of a pet shop. We sell all small animals, tropical fish, and I'm from Fareham near Portsmouth.
Woo! Well, it looks like you brought half your pet shop with you.
Yes, we've got a big rabbit over there. All sorts of dog faces and stuff. And I see there's a Tweety Pie, and that is actually my nickname, so it's handy that I'm in yellow today.
How's your kind of training varied in preparation for Gladiators?
I've had my personal trainer over there, Lee Dawson. He's been roughing me up with all the kick pads, and there's a gentleman there called Don Styler, had me on the cargo nets, and everyone down the gym has just been helping me, like, 100% behind me. OK, let's hope you don't get too kicked about this evening. Let's give it up for Claire Short.
Forshaw
and Cassius Frankson.
I have to ask you, what's with all the fancy dress over there?
Well, it's my brother and a couple of lads from the Seven Styles pub.
Mr. Blobby, Mask, Batman, even I can see that. Listen, tell us what you do and where you're from.
Well, I'm a lake warden in West Kirby, on the Marine Lake, on the Wirral.
Well, it's great to see you here, and it's great to see that bunch over there. We want to hear some noise from them. Let's hear it for Alan Forshaw.
Cassius, my man, tell us what you do and where you come from.
Well, I work for a leisure centre. I'm a fitness instructor there, do a bit of personal training and such, and I just go there and have fun, really.
And whereabouts are you from?
East London.
East London. It looks as though you've brought a kind of band over. What sort of band is that?
Well, that's a still band. Like, every year there's different people who come on the show, people from Ireland and Scotland and whatever, and so I thought I'd bring a bit of the Caribbean to Birmingham.
You've brought some of your culture with you. Very good. A bit of mine as well. You got a family here?
Yeah, there's my girlfriend over there, Debbie, and my son, Kamal, my sister. Everybody's over there just enjoying it.
How old's your son?
He's 2.
So he's not quite sure. Does he realise what Dad's doing here this evening?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He knows Dad's here to win.
Dad's here to win. Let's hope your dream comes true. Let's give it up for Cassius Frankson.
It's going to be a noisy night. Let the games begin.
Waiting to score with the blue balls, it's Claire. And scoring with the red balls, it's Louise. And they're facing our gladiators, Vogue and Vulcan.
Double trouble for Claire and Louise in the sensational shape of Vogue and Vulcan. New rules this year, formerly a 3 against 2 scenario. Now it's all evened up. A big two-handed job for the Gladiators on the Powerball pitch.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
Claire facing the Falcon in this minute's worth of mayhem, and straight off the mark into the basket. Louise lands a double whammy as well. 2-2 in the opening seconds. Claire again. This pet shop owner knows how to handle birds of prey. 2 more in the dog basket, and Louise living on the edge. Daughter Kelly with plenty of hand to hide behind. Falcon needs to get in this game, and on Claire's case, that's more like it. Vogue like a limpet on Louise, but points are in the bag. It's 2 for the outer basket, 3 for the centre. And Louise picks up for another run. Vogue lets her slip through her fingers, and there's a 3-point gift for Louise. Claire, a point behind, needs to put something together. Falcon will contain her this time. Louise with speed on the far side. There's another 2 big ones to shout about. Claire up to the fray, but can't round the Falcon. The steam looks to have gone from her boiler. Vogue finally dragging Louise down with less than 10 seconds on the clock. It's a real drubbing for the Glads in this curtain raiser to the 98 season. Barely time for one last run. Louise having a pop, but the clock will beat her, even if Vogue can't. Down, but not out. Great scoring from Louise. And Claire. Lou's fans delighted.
Well, Louise, it's one-on-one nowadays, and I have to say it looked to me as if you were running away with it.
Great game. I thought Vogue was going to give me some trouble, but she was easy today.
It was just a terrific run for you, and sneakily got into the centre there. I saw that.
Yeah, nice 3 points, that one.
For sure, guaranteed. And for you too, Claire. I mean, really, you were very, very good indeed.
It's not one of my favourite games. Started off all right. It didn't quite end so well, but quite happy with that.
Well, let's find out from John Anderson now what the scores are.
Well, lots of drinking and jiving, tremendous. Claire was 6 and Louise 9.
Louise top banana after that opening clash. Here's how the scores shake down. Louise Raines 9 points, Claire Short 6.
Now it's the turn of the boys. Scoring with the blue balls, it's Cass. And scoring with the red balls, it's Alan.
Backstage before the show, timekeeper Andrew Norgate tossed a coin. Cass called it right, and given the choice of facing Rhino or Hunter on the Powerball pitch, amazingly he chose Hunter. So to the sound of the hustle, here comes the muscle, and these boys were born when meat was cheap. Hunter posted 190 and 103, which means Cassius will find himself 15 centimetres shorter and 27 kilos lighter. Can the Glad boys do better than the girls with this new ruling? Head-to-head, it's a real task for the contenders. Cassius Frankson testing Hunter's speed. Hunter impressive. Rhino flattens Alan Forshaw for sure. And if those tackles don't give the contenders a headache, this steel band surely will. Cass quick out of the trap, 2 points. Alan evades Hunter. Rhino gets a piece and Alan down. The grounded ball won't count as Cass reloads. Hunter's got his work cut out with this guy. Incredible speed. Hunter with just enough. Alan makes a break, but the Rhino charges his man down. Alan's sister Donna not impressed with Rhino's skill. Cass again, the flying Frankson nails Hunter for another 2. Less than half a minute, but a Rhino giving Alan no quarter. Hunter fired up. Oh, and Cass is thrown down. Hunter furious with himself for conceding points for the contender. Alan looking for space. Shaky to cut in, but Rhino's there to deny him again. And the maracas are shaken, but otherwise Alan's okay. Cass looking to make it 6. Hunter has other ideas. The lob lets him down. Rhino wrapping up Alan. He's not giving Alan a present of any points at all. Hunter, oh, Hunter takes him down. Cass all ends up as the Hooters honked. 4-0 to Cass. Superb Powerball action all round. It's no twee house party on Gladiators. Donna there, along with a man dressed as Sylvester the Cat. Donna knew it wasn't going Alan's way when he evaded Rhino, jumped Hunter, but once the ball was decked, the points were nullified. One event gone, Alan Forshaw sticks on 0, Cassius Frankson scores 4.
And to climb the wall. It's Louise. She's going to be pursued by Vogue. Also getting ready to climb, it's Claire. She's going to be followed by Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Louise pink, Claire yellow, 50 feet of wall and 60 seconds to scale it. First to the top secures 10 points, second one up pockets 5 points. A slowish start from both girls and the Glads poised to attack. Vogue stalking Louise and Lightning looking to rain on Claire's parade. Huge support from Claire's mum. Louise has tamed the first overhang. Vogue hot on her heels. The writing's on the wall for Louise. Gets a touch. And Louise has stalled and Lightning solid on the rocks. She's got the measure of Claire. Vogue poised for the takedown. Louise drops out of contention. And son Michael bemused. As the Lightning zaps Claire, 35 seconds cut and dried. Well, Vogue hooks onto that harness and Lou was a busted flush. The girl Glads eking their revenge for their performance on Powerball. Seconds later, Lightning got a handle on Claire to make it a wall-winning double for the Glads. 2 contenders down, 2 events down, 9-6 the score.
To the men's event with Alan. He's going to be chased by Saracen. Also standing at the foot of the wall, it's Cass. Hot on his heels will be Hunter.
Let's summon up Alan's stats. See how he shapes up for this. 1.80 metre tall, carrying 83 kilos and sticking out 107 centimetres at chest. Saracen's the man on his case. The highly gifted Gladiator is 11 centimetres taller and 28 kilos heavier. John Anderson whistles them up. Alan in red, Cass in blue. Cass's steel band supporters are straight into their stride, but Cass isn't. Oh, he's gone. Cass grounded early doors and his wall career is terminated before it even got going. Now it's all about Saracen and Alan. Alan clears the overhang. 10 points are waiting at the top. 5 if he maintains contact with the wall for the full minutes. Sister Donna never one to hide her emotions. Sarah tries his luck. Oh, but he's flicked away. Saracen, a highly decorated veteran of 6 seasons now. He's climbed more walls than Vanessa Phelps has had hot dinners. Oh, he's gone. Sarah's gone. And don't they love it? Well, it looks like 10 in the bag running. All he's got to do is finish the job. But what is he doing? He's going backwards. Well, all he had to do was finish, and I can't blame Saracen for having another go. And Alan's still going nowhere. Sarah is steaming and storming up that rock face. Alan's struggling to keep a grip on the situation, but he's good for 5 if he's still clinging to the rock when the time-up whistle sounds. Well, he gets his 5. The clock denies him the maximum, even if Saracen couldn't.
Alan, that was a fantastic effort, but I'm afraid you're just out of time.
Oh, no. I just couldn't find the right grip.
And the clock ticks away. But never mind. Let's hear it for Alan.
As Roy Rogers said to trigger, why the long face? Alan's banked 5 big ones to get him off the mark. 5 for the scores, now a hot new killer thriller.
First up on Vertigo, it's Louise. She's going to be racing against Lightning. Over to John.
Louise, a wife and mum from Preston. We've got her taped like this. 173 tall, carrying 64 kilos. Weighing up the pros and cons, looks like the Lightning is giving away 3 centimetres and 7 kilograms. The stripy Scotsman gets this debut Vertigo underway. Here comes the rules. It's a straight race between Louise and Lightning. Each has 5 poles to traverse, but they can only move from pole to pole at the very top, 27 feet above the floor. Lightning's there. Now watch as she makes the traverse, using her body weight to bend the pole and make it swing. Connects with the second pole, and that's all there is to it. Lightning on pole 2, Louise still stuck on her first. Her extra poundage should be an advantage. Lightning moves to pole 3, while Louise bends to pole 2. If Louise falls, the event is over. If Lightning loses her grip, then Louise has to finish the course to score 10 points. If Louise comes second, then she pockets a point for every pole she's topped. Lightning, in complete control, leans out to take pole 5. Looks like she's going to be cock-a-hoop with this victory. valiant comeback by Louise, but Lightning a pole star in this premiere of Vertigo. Sparkling stuff from Lightning. Louise scores a point per pole, that's 4 points. This demands courage and a head for height, and Lightning not found wanting for either. Lightning with style and grace eases her final pole out to the hoop, and there it is, look at that.
Well, Louise, I guess there just wasn't enough rocking and rolling in that one. It was a bit too much swaying.
No, couldn't just get it swinging right today, so...
Bit of trouble getting up there in the first place as well.
Yeah, it was... I've got big feet, so it was hard to get them in the footholds.
Well, listen, all is not lost. You've picked up 4 points. Well done, let's hear it for Louise. Next up on Vertigo, it's Claire. And she's going to be facing Rio.
Rio, a smile as bright as a starburst. Height-wise, 1.87 m and sporting a lithe 79 kilos. We figure that fair and base Claire is 19 centimetres shorter and 20 kilos lighter. As Lightning proved, you can be less heavy and still win as they shin up their first poles. Claire sure-footed, but Rio has just the advantage. Those poles quivering with each step. Rio at the top needs to put her weight to work if she's to hold sway in this event. Rio less assured than Lightning, but she tops off pole 2. Behind her, Claire makes the stretch to her second perch. Rio getting to grips with pole 3. Claire closing the gap, just half a move behind her. If Claire should win, it's 10 points. She comes second, it's a point for every pole. Claire and Rio on pole 3. And Claire's got the better swing. She's on to 4. Rio at full stretch to stay on terms. And Pam's a nervous wreck. Claire leads, 10 points of beckoning. She's well ahead. And her supporters know it's one big stretch for the final hoop. It's Claire. Oh, she's missed it. Rio snatches the victory. A tragedy for Claire. Well, they know how close she was. What a nail-biter. On the final reach, Claire touches that ring but can't lock on, and Rio grabs hers with gratitude. Claire bags 4 points. So after 3 events, Louise has 13, Claire 10.
Well, what a fabulous game Vertigo's turning out to be, but waiting just around the corner are plenty more games, so join us after the break here on Gladiators.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where we're ready to kick off with our next event. Our first male contender is Alan. And he's facing Vulcan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready!
As the airships climb for this first 30-second aerial engagement, let's check out the stats of our Antipodean guest gladiator. The Hulking Vulcan is 11 centimetres taller than Alan with a 37-kilo weight advantage, and the attack runs have commenced. Each pilot wears a hit-sensitive chest plate. If it's struck by your opponent once, the sparks fly. Vulcan working that club in close-quarter combat. Alan's taken 1 chest hit from Vulcan. If it's struck a second time, he'll be for the drop. Oh, and there he goes, ejected without a parachute. Vulcan wins. If Alan had been the hitmaker, he'd have notched up 5 for the fireworks and 10 for dropping the Vulcan. And here is the evidence.
Alan, what actually goes through your mind when you're there in the airship and you're looking at this ugly gladiator? I mean,
Look at the size of him. Next time, eh?
Next time. Vulcan, what do you say to that? Is there a next time?
Now, let me tell you something, Jeremy. You know, the best thing about coming here is to come here and just smash little puppies like you. So you better watch it, boy. You don't scare me at all.
I'm sure a few other contenders will have a few things to say about that, Vulcan. Anyway, let's give it up for Alan.
Alan's brought a busload of support, and the worrying thing is, these guys normally dress like that. Vulcan puzzled that someone looks more ridiculous than he does. Good to see Vulcan's already made a few friends in the short time he's been here. Go on, girl, have another pop. Vulcan always a hit with the ladies, and he's got the bruises to prove it.
Second second male contender is Cass. And he's facing Wolf. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! People, ready! Let's go!
First time Wolf's ever had girls hanging around him. Viewers of a nervous disposition look away. The beast has been released for another season and it's still in great shape. 8 centimetres taller and 19 kilos heavier than Cass as the airships get set to engage. Remember, the first strike on target means fireworks. 2 strikes and you're out. But for Cass, pyros means points. Who's going to be the wimp in the blimp? And Cass has taken a hit. One more and he'll crash out. This high-jinks jousting is not for the faint-hearted. Oh, Cass scores back with a hit. A great 5-point pot from him. And Wolf returns the favour. Oh, not best pleased with that result. But the Wolf is, and so are Alan's fans. Well, the view from Wolf's helmet camera will clearly show the final conflict. Clean strike for Wolf, which bails Cass out.
Cassius, tell me a little bit, what's all that shaking of the head whilst he was going in the battle there with Wolf?
He was trying to psych me out from before, and I weren't going to let him get me.
How was he trying to psych you out?
He was growling, he smells bad.
He smells bad.
I was just trying to give it all the big one, but I weren't having it.
What were your tactics there? To kind of get inside his battering, or?
To try and get underneath and try and keep pushing and punching and hitting, whichever which way.
Well, all your pushing and punching has given you 5 points! Come on in, Wolf. Come on in. Ah, a bit of humility showed there by Wolf. Very unusual. You've got to be pleased with that performance.
Yeah, he's a good guy, you know. His name's Cassius. He flies like a butterfly, but it doesn't sting like a bee.
Let me tell you something, Wolfman. Now shut up and listen. There was a good effort. I'm going to give you that. You know, the only reason you won the game, because you're nothing but a dog.
Hang on, shall I tell you something, right? I just want to say one thing, OK? Just look over there.
Well, obviously, Vulcan hasn't played panto in this country. Wolf pulling out the old one there. Who said the Three Stooges were finished? Wolf, Vulcan and Guscott. Not exactly the 3 tenors, but at least now Wolf knows what it's like to be the victim of a bad-tempered bully.
Let's get up for the Wolfman!
Cass's girlfriend, Debbie, has paid good money to see this. Just a normal day at the office for Wolf and Vulcan. Something else he must have learned at charm school there obviously favours a high-fibre diet. Meanwhile, back in the real world, the scores after 3 events look like this. Alan stays on 5 points, Cass moves up to 9.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Louise! And tonight, she faces Rio!
Louise doesn't look happy, and here's why.
Gauntlet is going to be quite a problem for me. Perhaps with me being fairly tall, the girls will be well prepared to try and hold me down. So I'm really going to have to get my shoulder forward and battle my way through the gauntlet, hopefully without any injuries at all.
Another rules change. If Louise can run the gauntlet in under 30 seconds, she'll score 10. Otherwise, it's a point for every sector she fights her way through. Rio. Oh, and Rio dispensed with Rebel next. Louise, a former Miss UK bodybuilding champ. Short work of Rebel. Siren says, you're not getting through me, but Louise is driving her back and into Falcon's territory. Falcon's an old hand with the power pads, putting the brakes on Louise's progress. And Falcon... oh, thrown to one side. Now it's all about Louise and Fox. It's going to be desperately close. Superb effort from Louise Raines. And look at that clock. 0.3 of a second remaining. Looks good for 10 to me.
Well, I tell you what, if you could have seen your face as you're running through that wasn't a happy face.
I loved it. Every minute of it.
You're a good actress then. There was 3 worried little faces in the audience. Just let them know you're okay.
I'm fine. Loved it, kids.
Well, Louise, for that run, we give you 10 big ones! Next up to run the gauntlet, it's Claire. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
Claire clicks into attack mode, knows she's now trailing Louise by 13 points, and Rio sends her back to where she came from. Claire needs to dig deep into the current's bank, grit her teeth, and set about these glads. Rebel trying to stall her progress, but Claire's having none of it. Siren lowers the boom, but Claire's on a roll, so Siren. Next up, it's Falcon, with 10 seconds to go. Falcon, a rare mistake from her. Finally, the Fox. Pet shop owner Claire ought to know how to handle a Fox. The clock is ticking. It's going to be tight. Oh, 0.2 of a second. Sensational gauntlet. Claire shorts her name, but she's not short on courage.
Well, Claire, I think that was by the skin of your gum shield.
That was really close. I wasn't looking forward to that, but you know, when I saw Rio, I thought, might as well just be running into a wall, but it's all right, it's a good game.
Good news for you, my girl. 10 points.
Good news indeed. Reducing her deficit to 3 with 1 event to go. Louise, 23, Claire, 20.
So we're now moving to the men's event with Alan. And tonight, he faces Rhino, Hunter, Ace, Saracen, and Vulcan.
There's a man happy in his work.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready! 3, 2, 1!
Alan Forshaw gallops into the valley of death and straight out again. Rhino, the guardian of the entrance for the gauntlet. And armed with that ramrod, he's proving to be a real headache for Alan. He's up and over. Donna, his sister, concerned along with his mum, Jill. They know it's a testing time.
20 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Next, it's Hunter. Gets the heave-ho, but somehow gives Hunter the slip into Ace, but Alan looks to have his card marked. The Saracen has a score to settle following that earlier wall defeat, but Alan looks to have his measure. Saracen can't contain him with the pads, twists out of trouble and into Vulcan. Good, solid work from the Aussie. Can Alan beat the clock? Oh, flicked over the side as he rounded the Vulcan. This will be a tough one to call. Was he pushed? Did he cross the line? I wouldn't want to be John Anderson, but then who would?
Vulcan, I believe there was a wall at the beginning there in the shape of Rhino, and he gave you a real surprise because you just ran straight into him and then he got you.
You can run, but you can't hide, eh?
Absolutely. And then the others you managed to get past, but then, as I said, Vulcan as well, a wall right at the end.
I think the toughest part is the start. As soon as you get past that, it's a doddle, innit?
Well, I'm glad you thought so. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened at the end there because it seemed to me as if Vulcan maybe pushed you out of the gauntlet. So we're going to bring John Anderson in and just find out exactly what the rules are and what this means.
Well, this was a tremendous effort, and the contender worked very hard. He was on the way through. Vulcan pushed him out at the end, and so I'm awarding the contest to the contender 10 points.
When you learn to count, when you play the game properly, I don't care what you say, doesn't matter what you say. I make the decision, I make the rules. You're wrong, he wins.
Oh, the Glads are steaming. And the masked man, he's smoking.
So next up is Cassius. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Cass knows that Alan now leads by 6 points, but Rhino knocks Cass for 6 with that opening salvo.
Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there.
Solid support for Cass from friend Fitzroy as Rhino is taken out of the proceedings. Next up, it's Hunter.
There are 25 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Cass goes high and left, and Hunter snaps up the vice, but Cass digs in. Ace is next. The ramrod keeps his man low, and Cass locked out of Ace's sector. Oh, this is going to be a rough one. He forces himself up the wall and wide. Great switchback from Cass. Oh, arms and legs everywhere. What a rough house. Ace disposed of, but what's Cass doing? Just standing there wasting time. The ref stopped it.
Your job is to get through. Okay, that's your job. You stay out of this. Your job's to get through. You are disqualified.
Cass's fans not happy with that, but he did try to mix it with Ace, and that's definitely not in the rules. Let's look at it again. Contentious issue. Cass gets the better of Ace, throws him backwards, by which time Cass should have been long gone and into Saracen sector. And this is a first on Gladiators. The crowd want a word with John Anderson.
Now tell me, do you feel that you were just giving it back to the Gladiators because you were wrong at in the first class? In the first race you were wrong. You were totally bang out of order because he never passed the line. I tell you what, the referee is always right at the end of the day, but I think you were bang out of order. That's how I feel. And I'm sure the rest of it.
So once again, for Fitzroy's benefit, here's the replay. Ace is on his back and out of it. Cass can move on, but just stands there looking to mix it. Seems clear enough for anyone to understand.
I'm a little puzzled, John. Will you enlighten us?
Yeah, the rules are very clear. In this game, the contender's job is to get through as fast as he can. Of course, it's rough, but what is not acceptable is for the contender to turn round and face up aggressively. He was past the Gladiator. There was no need for him to stop, but he came back. His job is to go that way, not to come back and face the Gladiator in a confrontation.
So, Cass, what he's saying is you came back for more and that's not acceptable. How do you feel about that?
Well, at the beginning you get aggressive and you want to get through. I mean, I turned back to look to see if he was still on the floor, which I hoped he was, and the whistle blew and I got disqualified. But at the end of the day, I can't argue with the referee. The referee's always right.
Well, let's hear it for Cass.
So at long last, we can carry on. With one event remaining, Alan has 15, Cass 9.
Our first female contender is Louise. And she's facing Siren.
Siren's second term in office as a Gladiator worked hard in the close season to post a set of enviable stats, 7 centimetres taller than Louise and 6 kilos heavier, which certainly gives her the edge in hang tough. Now a quick refresher course on the rules. Louise has to swing ring by ring from her platform across here to Siren's. If she does it under a minute, she'll net 10 points. If she's more than halfway across and in the scoring zone when the time-up whistle's blown, she'll bag 5. Louise hanging her right, but looks like Siren's got her covered. Siren connects with a rangefinder, but can't shape up for a clean grip yet. Siren biding her time. Louise is no threat to the scoring zone where she is. Siren rings the alarm for Louise now, though. Good, solid lock on, and Louise is ground fodder. Fine work from Siren. Wrapped it all up by taking the contender down. Puts a gloss on that matte finish. Well, Siren steamed into Louise, and once she's got you trussed up like that, the only thing to do is surrender.
Our second female contender is Claire. And she's facing Fox.
For pet shop owner Claire, there's a fox. There's a rabbit, but she's no guinea pig. Here's why.
One of my best qualities is the fact that I'm so laid back, so hopefully that's going to help me to stay focused. On the actual night, I'm hoping I'm not going to be too laid back. I'm going to be fired up and going out to win.
But Claire can't afford to be laid back on the crash mat if she wants to earn some much-needed points in this hang-tough encounter. Fox in her second season of Glads, gaining experience all the time and looking comfortable on the gridirons. Claire making a move on the scoring zone and currently well out of harm's way, but anything can happen in the next half minute. Fox moving fast to intercept her. Fox now with herself between Claire and the platform. Claire, one ringed, but at least it's a red one, and Fox in no position to play her advantage. All the while, the time ticking down in Claire's favour. Oh, Fox into a spiral. Can she grab her on the backswing? Oh, she can. Locks on. Claire hanging tough, less than 20 seconds, and Fox having to work on the fingers to prize her away. Excellent work by Claire. Great spirit. Oh, decides to call it a day. She knows she's only 3 points behind. The Eliminator's next, and she needs all her strength for that one. Victory to the Foxy Fiend. Fox desperately trying to take her prey to the ground. Can't shift her with her body weight alone, so has to work on the ring fingers. Claire thinks, blow this, I'm out of here. I might as well drag the Fox down with me, though. After 5 events, Louise will be going into the Eliminator with 23, Claire with 20.
Now it's the turn of the boys. Our first male contender is Alan. And he's up against Ace.
And the Ace is wild after that Gauntlet debacle, and it looks like Alan's going to bear the brunt of his mood. Ace Man favourably measures up to Alan, 5 centimetres taller and 22 kilos heavier.
3, 2, 1.
Ace in his 3rd season of Glads, already a qualified ringmaster in this event. Alan, the Lake Warden, will be looking to avoid a plunge within the next 50 seconds. Ace is looming ominously large, casting a shadow over Alan's aspirations. Alan exercises his escape plan, goes wide and into the scoring zone, and suddenly the 10 points seem a distinct possibility. Ace hot on his heels, but it's looking good for Alan. Just short, and Ace is back to his base for a last-ditch defence. Alan stalled. His momentum has deserted him along with his chance. Ace with more than 20 seconds to make amends. 10 points so close, he can almost taste them. Ace finally gets a grip on the situation. Alan desperate to shake him off, but the Ace has dire retribution to deal out. And deal it out he does. Not only goes down well with Cass's crowd, but a big hit with all the crowd. Alan folds, Ace wins it hands down. Skillful ring work from Alan, agonisingly close, but no cigar for the Scouser.
Our second male contender is Cass. And he's facing Rhino.
Well, you've got to say this for Rhino. He's game for a laugh and he'll try anything at once, but I'm not sure Hang Tough is quite up his street. This will be his first ever experience on the rings. 1.72 tall and 108 kilos in weight. Hardly ideal for Hang Tough, he'll agree. See, I told you he'd agree. Here we go then. The Rhino swings out for his ring debut, and judging by the look on his face, he's already beginning to realise this is a big mistake. Cass is quick, lithe, and he's already in the scoring zone. The carnival plays on, and what's the betting they'll have much to celebrate before the minute's up. Cass with plenty of time and space in hand, plus 2 red rings. Even he can't believe his fortune. And Rhino is under no illusions that hanging from rings 40 feet above the arena floor is not for him. But he's superbly fit, and his will to win is unquestioned. Cass looking to make a move for the Rhino's platform. Rhino back to cover it. Can he remedy the situation? No, Cass wins it. Oh, but no sooner does his feet hit the platform than Rhino whips him off again. But I think that's surely still 10 points. And I'm pretty sure Cass agrees with me.
Cassius, you seem very pleased with yourself there, man.
10 points, that's 10 points. Both feet on the platform, 10 points.
Well, I think Rhino did get you, but just to clarify things, we're going to bring in John Anderson with a ruling. John.
Well, he had both feet on, and he gets 10 points!
Rhino, I know you're going to be a little bit disappointed with that.
That's my first time on Hang Tough. I was just taking my time. We was both doing the waiting game. I got hold of him and I thought that was enough. Obviously got 2 feet on, enough respect every time.
Well done, Cassius. Give it up for Rhino, and Cassius, who scores 10 points.
I think give it up, Rhino, is good advice from Jeremy Guscott. That result brings Cass right back into the frame for the Eliminator. Alan has 15, Cass 19.
So far, there's been drama and controversy. What is going to happen next? Join us after the break here on Gladiators.
Welcome back to the the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time now. In the women's event, Claire's on 20 points, Louise is on 23 points. That's a 3-point difference, giving Louise a 1.5-second head start.
Louise, you will go on my first whistle. Claire, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
The first eliminator of the 98 season, Louise Raines from Preston versus Fairham's Claire Short. Louise dispensing with the high and low beams. Next, the kangaroo hop onto the first cargo net. Husband Steve, son Michael and mum Gloria willing Louise up and over that net. The downside is followed by the rope climb, and Claire still on her way up. Louise, brute strength to haul herself up that rope to the platform, with mum Gloria giving it plenty. Each element fiendishly designed to systematically sap the strength from every part of the contenders' bodies. It's the biggest test on television. Claire's mum Pam urging her up the rope. Oh, it's agony just to watch, let alone do. And the rope looks like it'll be Claire's undoing. Her muscles have knotted, and it's swing time for Louise. Next, the second mind-numbing cargo net climb. If it's tough on the net, it's even tougher on the rope. Great courage from Claire. Digs in and gets it done. Above, Louise will be the gantry to the zip line, but she knows all she has to do is keep her head, and a place in the quarter-finals is hers. Claire, all but wrung out, tackles the overhead ladder. Claire's the mare is emblazoned on mum's T-shirt. This is a nightmare for her as Louise takes the slide. 2 seesaws and a travelator away from victory. Daughter Kelly with her eye on that finish line. Claire still working hard on the job in hand, and Louise is on the first of her balancing test. Grace must be so proud of her mum. She's got 1 beam down and 1 to go. Second seesaw chewed up and spat out. Now for the final push, the grueling travelator. Gathers her thoughts and musters her strength. Superb power, treats it with contempt. Louise Raines supreme. She'll shatter that paper burst for an excellent, superb win. And the family celebrates as Claire finishes her slip down the zipper. And tremendous encouragement for Claire from this packed National Indoor Arena. Especially from her mum. She's given her all, but she's not the first contender whose hopes have been dashed by the rope. The first seesaw smashed down. Claire will make equally fast work of the second. Lee and Mike, her 2 trainers, pushing her on for one final explosive effort. It's the long, hard climb up the hill. She's beaten 12,000 other people to win a place on the show, so she's not about to surrender to the travelator. Claire Short, a brave and worthy contender on Gladiators.
Well, Louise, we've been joined by little Michael. What do you think of your mum, Michael? She's fab, isn't she? Fabulous. You should have seen his face. That was absolutely terrific. You ran away with it.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks to Claire, been a great contender. She really drove me hard. I was set to really be chased on that one.
Well, you need a good pacemaker because, boy, you got to come back.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're coming back for the quarterfinals. That's it for Louise and for Michael. Kelly and Grace too.
Claire, you've shown great guts and determination throughout the evening, and your performance on the eliminator was no different. You must be pleased with the way you've come through, the way you finished.
I knew, like, she's really, really strong girl, and as soon as I messed the rope up, it's hard to keep going and focus, but especially when you know that she's crossed the line, but I just tried to dig in and just get through this barrier at the end.
Well, your supporters are very pleased that you've actually got here to the end. I mean, were you worried that the whole arena was clapping you up the travelator there at the end? Did you hear all that?
Yeah, I did, and by that time my legs were so tired, but I was just trying to go for their sake. I mean, I've really, really enjoyed myself, had a brilliant time, and I hope I haven't let any of them down, so...
Well, that's the main thing. We've really enjoyed having you on the Gladiators. Let's hear it for Claire!
A deserved ovation for both girls. Great support all round. A bouquet for Louise, and a kiss for husband Steve. Little Kelly gets a peck too. Claire's trainer Lee with the consolation hug. And special thanks should go to her mum too. But Louise has set the pace for the remaining contenders to aim for. The fastest eliminated time of the season so far, 1:37.2. Next, it's the men. Cass has 4 points in hand, and that divvies up to a 2-second advantage at the start.
Cassius, you will go on my first whistle. Alan, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2,
1.
Cassius Frankson, the fitness trainer from East London, versus Alan Forshaw, a water warden from the Wirral. And this is going to be quick. Cass onto the first net. Alan with a big jump to join him. Donna despairing that Alan's not already clawed back that lead. Cass on the rope. Next comes the hand bike. Alan on the rope, sluggish with the pull-up. Cass pedalling furiously. Debbie and Kamal right behind him. But so is Alan, who's commencing his overhead run. Cass falls short at the end, and Alan's steaming down the track on the handbike. His fans know he's pulling it back. Cass, trapeze, the cargo net will be the big test. Alan will join him. Oh, he's gone. Alan plunges. Jill's distraught. Andrew Norgate on hand to get Alan back on track. There's no time penalty for a trapeze drop, but it's given Cass the boost he needed. Alan starts the net as Cass finishes it. If you're looking for drama, you've come to the right place. Gantry run for Cass. Alan closing the gap for a second time. Cass sloping off down the line to the arena floor. Splashes down. Needs to keep his wits about him. He's seen how one error can make all the difference. Balance time. The end is finally in sight. Alan on the zip. But remember, it's not over till Aretha sings. Splashdown for Alan, touchdown for Cass. With the travel to the final threat. He's there, Cass Frankson, into the quarter-finals. Oh, yes, it's party time in the Cass camp. Alan on the final seesaw. Who knows what might have been had he not blown the trapeze. Travelator a mere formality. Still cheering Donna. Great effort from Alan Forshaw.
Yes, man, you've realised the dream. And please. All I can say is I worked hard for this. I know Alan was fast. Yeah. I just had to keep my head going and head straight for the line. I didn't really want to look back, but I saw him at the bottom of the cargo net and I thought it could be mine, but just stay cool.
How panicky were you? I mean, going over the balance beams, you could have, you know, just did something wrong, and before you know, John Anderson's in and pulling you back.
I made sure I was very cautious to make sure that I touched each white line, making sure I don't want to lose no more points or get disqualified or go back. I'm just so happy.
Well, you got through to the quarter-final. I can hear the steel band striking up. I think you better go over there and join them. Let's hear it for Cassius!
Well, Alan, I'm just standing here wondering if the outcome would have been different had you not made that fatal mistake.
I was so disappointed that it happened. There's a slip, my hand slipped, and that was it.
Great disappointment. I know you tried to get into Gladiators last year. You now have at least had the Gladiator experience. How has it been?
Yeah, well, just thanks for the experience and just thank all my supporters. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm sorry to let you all down. I let myself down, so...
Well, they're still talking to you, and so are we. Let's hear it for Alan!
All the work, all the training, but that split-second error will haunt him for the rest of his life. Cass with much to celebrate. Flowers for Debbie, a place in the next round, and a kiss for Sister Vanessa. Alan, a fine athlete. Mum gets the flowers, but he's going to take a lot of consoling. But it was Cass who set this season's target for other contenders to aspire to. 1 minute, 18.3 seconds.
That steel band's still going. Great news for Louise and Cassius.
I know that means they're through to the quarter-finals. If you want to see more action, more fun, join us here next week on Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
One of Tally's most popular quiz show hosts, Jim Bowen, is with us in a few moments with his BFH and a speedboat, probably. Bullseye, next on Challenge.